Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck. Each episode, we highlight a new commander deck that you get to see pop off in a glorious fashion. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lynch from I Hate Your Deck. Are you ready for some more spice or possibly saltiness? And as always, I love playing paper Magic with my friends.
What's going on, guys? My name is Daniel. I'm back again for another round of Magic the Gathering with some beautiful people, hoping for some spicy times.
Hello and welcome. I'm Larry, also known on the Discord as Villainous Killstash. Excited to be here playing with these guys and hopefully having some of you all join us on our Discord.
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin. Happy to be back. Happy to be playing some Magic with my friends here. It's a great day to play some Magic.
Let's do the pregame conversation and rule zero. I'm playing Wolverine, the best there is, because we all know he is the best there is, and he's got claws to do it. He's a mutant berserk hero. Wolverine, the best there is, one colorless red-green mutant berserk hero. He has ability called Unrivaled Lethality. Double all damage Wolverine would deal. Depending what happens, that can become confusing. At the beginning of each end step, if Wolverine dealt damage to another creature this turn, put a +1 counter on him. I can also pay one colorless and a green to regenerate him. Wolverine is also a 2/2. What I'm looking to do with Wolverine is ideally pump him with instants or sorceries, or pump him by using equipment to get him big. The big win con in this deck is Chandra's Ignition to spread the damage.
Damage he would deal, not combat damage. So yeah, like you said, fight spells, Chandra's Ignition, all of that stuff, because those spells don't actually deal the damage, they put the creature in position to deal the
It says
damage.
it deals the damage.
Sick.
So a lot of cool, fun doubling things are happening in this deck. I'm trying to Voltron, double his damage, and then redirect a lot of damage, ideally. If I don't get Chandra's Ignition, it's a very sad time for me. I read a lot of Wolverine comics growing up. I don't know if you guys ever know Marvel Comic Presents, but he used to be a flip one, and he had some pretty good stories with some cool art. Wolverine, best there is, coming to claw ya. That's right, bub. Berserker Barrage!
You just call me Blob? Yeah, I'm going to be playing Captain America, the first Avenger, the best Avenger. He is red, white, blue, legendary creature, human soldier, hero. He has the ability called Throw. For 3 generic mana, I unattach an equipment from Captain America. He deals damage equal to that equipment's mana value, divided amongst 1, 2, or 3 targets. And he has a second ability called Catch. At the beginning of combat on my turn, attach up to 1 target equipment I control to Captain America, and he's also a 4/4. It's to get out really big equipment, really scary equipment, toss it around, kind of swing wide. He's also, I built him very Voltron-y, so you're gonna have a go against 2 Voltrons across on this side of the table.
So we got 2 Voltron decks. We're gonna try to kill one person at a time unless we have a pump spell.
Exactly.
That's America's ass.
This is America's ass. You're absolutely right.
So today I am playing the Gitrog, Ravenous Ride. We got a couple Marvel superheroes over here. I just brought a big frog. So he costs 3 colorless, a black and a green. He is a frog horror mount. And the mount part means that other creature can tap to saddle him, and that gives him effects. He's a 6/5 with trample and haste. Whenever the Gitrog, Ravenous Ride deals combat damage to a player, I may sacrifice a creature that saddled it this turn. If I do, draw X cards, then put up to X land cards from my hand onto the battlefield tapped, where X is the sacrificed creature's power, and he has saddle 1. To do the saddle, I only have to tap 1 creature. So the idea here is like play some really big creatures with him, and then put the big creature on the big frog, hit you with the big frog. The frog eats the big creature. I draw cards and put lands out, and that's the name of the game. There's some landfall stuff, green-black nonsense, a little bit of reanimator stuff. Hit people with a big frog that's eating big stuff.
Well, you guys, we did it. We got Wolverine, we got Cap, we got Nightmare Keroppi, and I'm playing Little Red Riding Hood. Anybody who tells you this card is named Ruby Daring Tracker, Little Red Riding Hood here. For 2 mana, a 1/2 human scout. Whenever Ruby attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, Ruby gets +2/+2. She has haste, and most importantly, she taps to add red or green to my mana pool. And so this idea has been done before, but what I decided to do was use her mana ability within the idea of how I'm going to build this deck and just load up on 4 CMC and up spells. Because I intend on turn 2 every game to have this instead of playing a traditional ramp spell from my hand, so that on turn 3 I can play a 4-drop ramp spell. I run maybe like 6 or 5 total 3 and under cards, and then a bunch of beef and ramp above 3 mana.
I love it.
It's exceedingly simple, but also should slap really hard.
Hey, if you can support us to help us keep this show going so we can keep bringing content to you, please consider joining our Patreon. We like to go weekly, but weekly costs a lot of money, so any help that you can give us to help us go weekly would be a huge help. You get various perks, getting to watch episodes early, you get access to our deck list, you get to play in the Discord with all of us. We're also running a pre-con league, so we're having fun jamming pre-cons and slowly upgrading them over time. So join our Patreon so you can be part of our community and help keep the show going. We appreciate you.
I hate your deck.
Let's roll to see who goes first.
6.
4.
Not me.
I am last.
Draw
I'm
your
sad.
7. Pre-game actions?
I have a pregame action.
Oh.
We're now going in this turn order.
Oh. That's not how that works, Larry.
Before we get started, would any of you guys like to get out?
I'll be
Just
that
scoop it
guy.
up.
I've never seen one of the Marvel movies.
No thanks, bub.
I will draw a card and I'll
It's not
say,
short for bubble.
good luck. Have fun.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to play a Polluted Delta for my land.
Bluty duty.
Tap it, crack it, sack it. I'm going to go get the Surveil land. It's going to come in tapped and I will Surveil them.
Yes.
That's kind of my favorite turn 1 fetch land. So I found an Underground Mortuary, which will enter tapped and let me Surveil one. I will keep that on top.
Ooh, he likes it. But it's not the One Ring, because I can tell by your face.
And I'll pass the turn.
I'll untap upkeep, draw my card. I'm gonna do something crazy. Volcanic Island and pass the turn.
Man, that piece of printer paper is worth exactly the same one as the top of my deck.
All right, I'm going to draw for turn.
Feels good.
I'm going to play a Taiga. It's also printed. I'm going to tap 1 green, and I'm going to cast a Delighted Halfling, because Lord of the Rings was here to have fun with Wolverine. It's a Halfling Citizen 1/2. It can tap add for colorless, or it can add for 1 mana of any color, but only spend this to cast a legendary spell, and it can't be countered. Not like there's a lot of blue here to counter me. Well, I guess you could. I'll pass the turn there.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play this Foily Forest and pass the turn.
Untap, draw a card. I will play an Urza Saga, which will come in on chapter 1.
Kill him!
Kill me. And I will tap a green and a colorless, and I'll play a 3 visit to search my library for a forest, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. I'll go get a Bayou. I will pass the turn. Bayou.
Bayou. I will draw my card for a turn. I'm gonna play a Sea of Clouds for my land for a turn. Tap for 2. Play an Arcane Signet.
Heyo.
And then pass the turn.
Untap, draw for turn. I'm going to play a mountain for my land for turn.
Is it safe?
I don't think it gets much safer.
All right, let's do it. Wolverine is coming out here. Let's see if Larry just baited me or not. And Wolverine will come out. He's here to double damage, but he's not hasty. So Wolverine's here and passing.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Pass.
Pass!
Shock this stomping ground. I'll pay 2 and cast Ruby Daring Tracker.
Woohoo!
Yeah. I'll declare battle and attack the person who I think has the most gas in their deck, and that person is Kevin.
I'll take that as a sign of respect and take 1 commander damage.
Pass.
Untap, draw a card. Urza Saga goes to number 2. Play a swamp. Tap 3 for Shakedown Heavy. So he is a 6/4 Ogre Warrior with Menace. Whenever he attacks, the defending player may have me draw a card. If they do, untap him and remove it from combat. So if you
3 mana?
yeah, man.
6/4?
That's why.
Yeah.
So you can keep him from attacking you if you let him draw a card. That's pretty good.
For the price of a card, you can stay safe. And I'll pass the turn.
Yikes. Okay.
That's a fun card on this board. Because you're going to want to attack and see what happens, but you're going to want a blocker because this dude hits like a truck.
Oh yeah. Well,
Truck.
he's got claws.
Adamantium claws.
With
Like
arm.
better than Beskar.
Those are 2 different universes.
What if Beskar is adamantium?
Whoa.
I'm gonna untap, go to my upkeep, and draw my card.
We might have just started the great nerd war of 2025.
dude.
Yeah.
It's-
The
Okay,
comment
good,
section. I'll see you in the comments section.
Yeah.
Beskar for life. All right.
Goku versus Superman. Don't do that again. I'm gonna play my land for turn. Archway of Innovation. I'm gonna tap for 2 and cast a Talisman of Progress. Be very progressive. And then tap another 2. I'm gonna cast a Stoneforge Mystic. When it ETBs, search my library for an equipment card, reveal it, and put it in my hand. And shuffle my library. I think on theme, I'm going for the 1 card.
For all you boys and girls.
Shield
at
of
home.
War and Peace.
What?
I need his shield to throw around. I'm grabbing the Shield of War and Peace, which is the Sword of War and Peace, and putting it to my hand.
That's interesting, you know.
All
'cause
right.
You usually see people
All
just
right.
grab the Colossus hammer.
Pro
or
red,
something,
pro
but that's
white.
not,
Everyone.
that's not what Captain likes.
Dude,
No.
everyone grabs the Colossal
Yeah.
Hammer that has that deck right now. That's Flavor Win.
Yeah,
I can
Fire
appreciate the Shield of War and Peace.
War. I'm going to pass my turn.
Untap. Wolverine's still here. Forest, that I will play that forest. Let's do it. 4. Hammer of Nazan. When Hammer of Nazan or another equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach that to a target creature. When it ETBs, I will attach the hammer to Wolverine, making him indestructible, and he'll have +2/+0. I'm going to swing at you, Kevin, because now I don't have to worry about your dude, because he's indestructible.
Well, I like my 6/4 menace guy, so I'll just take it.
You're going to take 8?
Take 8 commander. Is that turn 3? 8
2,
commander
3,
damage?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And that's it. I pass the turn. There's no end step because he
That
didn't
is
do any damage.
big spooky, dog.
What did I do to everybody? That's what I want.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. This is what my deck wants to do. I'll play a forest, I'll pay 3 and tap her for doesn't matter, and cast Peregrination. I search my library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, and put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other into my hand.
Just
I see
cultivate.
Natali in our future.
Then I shuffle my library and scry 1.
Is there an Natali in there, Miss Larry,
Oh, yes.
that we should know about?
All the
Yes.
big creatures.
Oh.
This is the mana door to guarantee he's getting big creatures, and then it's all ramp to guarantee that he's going to have like 14 lands dropping big stuff.
And then I get to scry 1.
Yes, you do.
I will top that.
That was a quick think. He didn't even think. He was like,
So-
you barely saw it. I'll top it.
I like
No
that.
bottom for you.
Pass the turn, 7 in hand. Here we go.
Untap and draw a card. So I drew a card. Urza Saga will then go to 3. The trigger to sacrifice itself will go on the stack, and in response, I'll tap it for a colorless mana. And I'll go get an artifact with mana cost 0 or 1 and put it on the battlefield and shuffle. I'm going to find the Amulet of Vigor.
Ooh, good card.
So,
Nice.
Amulet of Vigor is a 1-drop artifact. Whenever a permanent enters the battlefield tapped and under my control, untap it. Cut me up if you would, Doctor. And then I'll play a Llanowar Wastes from my land. Use all of my lands and the 1 colorless floating, and I will attempt to cast the Gitrog, Ravenous Ride. He is a 6/5 trample with haste. He's a frog horror mount. Whenever the Gitrog Ravenous Ride deals combat damage to a player, I may sacrifice a creature that saddled it this turn. If I do, draw X cards, then put up to X land cards from my hand onto the battlefield tapped, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Saddle 1. So I will tap Shakedown Heavy and have him saddle the Gitrog. So there's an ogre riding a giant frog. Mike, the giant frog is coming at you. Payback. 6/5 trample, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's your commander.
I've never felt more right about anything, dude. This is ham bone.
And
Because the Gitrog dealt combat damage, I will sacrifice Shakedown Heavy. The frog will eat him. And I will
cards.
draw 6 cards, and I can put up to 6 lands out.
What?
yeah, that's why.
It's ridiculous.
And they would enter the battlefield tap, but he's got Amulet of Vigor.
Yes.
Okay, so I drew 6 cards. I can put up to 6 lands out. I only have 3, so I'm going to put out Rogue's Passage, a Swamp, and a Cabal Coffers.
Jesus.
Okay. And
Okay,
then
I will tap 2 to tap my Cabal Coffers for 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 black. I will use 3 of it, go down to 1, and cast a Hunted Bone Brute. So it's a 6/2 dog with menace. It's technically a skeleton beast. When he enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 2 1/1 white dog creatures. When Hunted Bone Brute dies, each opponent loses 3 life. I will give 2 1/1 white dogs to the only guy who didn't hit me. I'll give it to Daniel.
My man.
you like dags?
Good dog, good family, good homesick for a while, but get over it. That's my worst impression of Sash. It used to be better if I've actually watched it recently.
I have 1 floating mana. I'm going to let it burn, and I will pass my turn.
Okay.
Gotta let it burn.
We all know who to kill.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw my card. Play my land for turn, which is a plateau.
Scary Frog.
Scary Frog is scary.
I'll tap for 3. Tap a blue, red, white, red, white, blue. Captain America colors. Cast Captain America, the first Avenger. He is on the board. I'm gonna tap for 2, tap for 3, and cast the Shield of War and Peace. Captain America's Shield. I need a blocker. This is the Sword of War and Peace, and equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, this equipment deals damage to that player equal to number of cards in their hand, and I gain 1 life for each card in my hand. The bigger your hand, the bigger your damage. Now I'm gonna go to combat. At the beginning of combat, Captain America says, on my turn, attach up to 1 target equipment I control to Captain America. He has his shield.
That's dope.
It is time, but he does not have haste. Pass my turn after that.
Which I have red, so it's kind of relevant. And that's it. Me and Larry have red.
Yeah,
Untap.
can't do anything about it.
Right.
That's all well and fine, but I think it's clear that Daniel's not the threat.
I didn't say he was.
Okay.
I'm going to play a Reliquary Tower for land per turn.
Ooh, no maximum hand size with the shield out.
I might die. Tap 4, cast Naiath of the Dire Hunt. It's 2 green, 2 colorless, human warrior, 3/3. Whenever one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 colorless, hybrid green or red. If you do, double target creature's power till end of turn. That creature must be blocked this combat if able.
That's a little scary.
I think you're gonna block because you don't want to take another 8 damage going to 16. So I'm gonna come at you again with Wolverine 4, which would double to 8.
Okay, yeah, I will block this time.
When he does damage, he'll get a +1 counter.
Fair enough.
End step.
Yeah, I'll block with the Hunted Bone Brute. It will die, and when it dies, each opponent loses 3 life.
Right, so we'll each lose 3. I'm gonna have 2 triggers. I'm gonna draw a card because he became blocked. Then we'll go to my end step with 1 mana available, and Wolverine will get a +1 counter because he did damage to a creature. He gets bigger, and I pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
I like how your commander's with your lands, because that's what her function is.
Larry's like, I only see her as a mana
She's a
to
mana
get my
rock.
big beaters.
The ability is key to the whole thing that follows.
He's like, I let you ride me for a bit, and I'm eating you.
I'll pay 5 and cast Natural Reclamation, and I'm gonna blow up this.
That's pretty good.
Destroy target artifact or enchantment has Cascade.
So for 4, Cascade?
Yep.
Steel Hellkite's gone. Thank you.
Migration.
Migration path.
More land.
And that's exactly what this deck wants to do. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. I cascaded into also 2 more lands. This type of thing could come up if you're tutoring for a card. Like if I had gotten a tutor and then these were the last 2 basics in my deck, them being exiled wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So I shuffle and then those go on the bottom in a random order.
Bye-bye, Amulet. The frog, untap, I'll draw a card.
This is the problem. Larry looks not scary because he's got his board. You feel bad if you hit him. He's got a great mustache. But then all of a sudden, he's got giant bombs that are hitting. We're not going to be able to
have a pretty stout end game. Although I think by the end of this turn, Kevin will have done some interesting things.
So when I've played it, the only time I've seen him lose is when he has no lands and is getting mana fucked.
This is the Larry pattern. Like, the first 4 turns, you know, unassuming. Maybe play some cards from the 90s you've never heard of, you know?
Pattern, you say.
Yeah, and then
tell me more about my pattern.
Tell me more, tell me
and then
more.
it's suddenly untap, upkeep, die. That's usually how it goes.
I understood that reference.
You did? The grease?
Tap 3. I will tap 2 and a green, and I'll cast a Pugnacious Hammer Skull. So he's a 6/6 for 3 mana. Whenever he attacks while I don't control another dinosaur, put a stun counter on it. No other dinosaurs in the deck, I don't think.
I have a feeling he's going to go extinct pretty soon.
We can hope.
I forgot you had a Rogue's Passage.
A green and 2 colorless. I'll do the green here so it doesn't hurt me. For a Spelunking.
Oh, shit.
You killed my amulet, but we're back. Spelunking is an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Then I can put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield. If I put a cave onto the battlefield, I gain 4 life. Lands I control enter the battlefield untapped.
I still stand by killing your Amulet of Vigor.
And then for Spelunking, I will put a Takanuma out. I will then tap my Pugnacious Hammer Skull and have him saddle the Gitrog.
So you have a dinosaur riding a frog.
Yes, sir.
Kermit got swole.
I don't like just the guy ramping being left alone.
You have good instincts.
He's not wrong.
You have good instincts.
That smile tells it all.
What? I got a 1/2 commander.
If this is a class war, this dude is about to be the 1%.
Oh.
And I want y'all to keep that in mind. Anybody could ascend to the 1% over a turn or 2. You just need a combat step.
Listen, I got a lot going on, but
Like,
I'm not the only one.
No, we need a snap up in here.
I can't believe we don't have a
Yeah,
Thanos
right.
commander yet. We need a Thanos.
I'm going to make one when it comes out. Just mono border wipes. Keep everything balanced.
As my good friend Larry would say, I'm going to declare battle. I'm going to send a 6/5 frog at you, my friend.
My good friend.
Happy times.
It has trample?
It does.
Okay, I'll take 6.
He's a happy frog.
Karopi Slam.
When the Karopi Slam happens, I will sacrifice. He will eat the dinosaur, and I will draw 6.
It's really tasty and we're homie.
So we didn't get as many lands as I want, but I will drop a Strip Mine and a Mystery Rainforest, and that's it. I'm going to tap and
that's how that
sack
goes.
my Mystery Rainforest and go get a forest.
Misty? You call it mystery?
I heard mystery too.
I like Mystery Rainforest.
Roll back the tapes. Pretty sure I said Misty.
I said Misty.
Mystery Rainforest truthers out there. Yeah, thanks for jumping on board this bandwagon.
So I'm going to tap a green and play a Wild Growth on my Takenuma so that when it is tapped for mana, it makes an additional green.
You got another Bayou.
I'm going to pass the turn. I'm going to discard 2 cards.
What did you say?
I'm going to discard a Relic Golem and a Vampiric Tutor.
What?
Discard a tutor
Discarding a tutor means he's got what he needs.
in his hand. Let's go to
Curious
untap.
that you discarded the tutor.
I know, right?
Where we're going, we don't need tutors.
Cool. I untap. I'm gonna keep. I'll draw my card for turn.
I like how Larry's board still looks unassuming. Fitting for Little Red Riding Hood.
I'm gonna tap for 3.
Not hurting yourself?
No. I'm gonna cast the Reaver Cleaver for 2 and a red. Legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample, and it gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens. Awesome. Pay 2 mana. I'm gonna tap Stoneforge Mystic, activate the ability, put an equipment card from my hand onto the battlefield. I'm gonna put the Sword of Vengeance onto the battlefield. It has equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has first strike, vigilance, trample, and haste. We'll go to combat. At the beginning of combat, on my turn, I attach up to 1 target equipment I control to Captain America. I'm going to attach the Cleaver.
And I think you hit the guy that has the most amount of lands.
Wolverine would say
29. You have the most life, Lynch.
Barely.
Very
He
good
drew
argument.
how many cards? Value Town.
Yeah, but you smacked him twice.
No, I smacked him once.
You tried to smack him twice.
To get rid of his creature.
That's true.
All I'm going to say, remember who gave you the dogs, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
10 lands and a Cabal covers. Just
He's
saying.
about to make a bunch of treasures.
What I have to do, I think I have to attack Larry. Because I know something big is going to come and I have to put you down in health just a little bit. 7/7 going your way. Nothing too crazy.
5, 6, so 13 damage.
Gonna take 7 mana damage. 2 triggers. I'll create 7 treasure tokens. And whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, equipped creature deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and I gain that much life in my cards in my hand.
So I'll take 6, going to 16.
And I gain 3. Pass the turn. Go for it.
Wolverine normally is fearless, but he's shaken a little bit. All right, untap draw. Let's start off the turn with this. Arid Mesa. Tap it, crack it, second, lose a life.
Looks to me like we got to do something about our friend Daniel over here. Damn, Daniel.
You
Damn.
know, how bad is the little frog right now when homie's suited up with the battle armor over here, you know?
It's shocking and a stomping ground. I already took 2 life from 30 to 28.
Lynch is totally just going to kill me right now.
I don't think killing you does me the best.
No, it really doesn't.
What do we
Dude,
got
you
here?
should do
He has
it.
a lot of treasures.
Hey,
That's what I'm
Mike, do you
saying.
trust me?
I trust you.
Then hit him.
Okay. Tap 3. Cast Fire Shrieker. It's an equipment. Equipped creature has double strike.
Fuck. I didn't think you were going to be doing that.
The immediate
I'm gonna
backpedal.
tap 2 and I'm gonna equip the Fire Shrieker to Wolverine. So,
Trample?
unfortunately, I don't have trample.
My dogs. Let's put in some work.
The dogs?
Let's go, dogs. Put in some work.
This is like, it's crazy. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're only in turn 5.
Yep.
I've not missed a land drop.
I missed that drop.
I just wish I had 1 more mana.
Story of my life.
Your dogs are 1/1s.
They're 1/1. Yes, I have 2 of them.
Woof woof, dog. You know what I'm saying? Ribbit, where my frog's at. People.
But Lynch, this may go your way next turn with protection from your card.
It's not going to go your way. The hero we need, dude.
If you get rid of both the dogs, I'll try to hit him with the frog.
Okay. All right, I'll swing both at you.
Both dogs will do their due diligence.
Okay.
to block.
All dogs go to heaven.
Because they got blocked, first of all, whenever 1 or more creatures. So I only get to draw 1 card to the Nayeth trigger because 1 creature became blocked. I'll have a delayed trigger with Wolverine on the stack
Yeah, so you'll put a +1 counter on it.
at the end step.
Yeah.
I'll go to my end step. Wolverine will get another counter.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play this Shiny Forest, cool Bloomburrow art. I'll pay 4 and cast Terramorph. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Has Rebound. If I cast this spell from my hand, I exile it as it resolves. At the beginning of my next upkeep, I may cast this card from exile without paying its mana cost. So I'll search my library for a basic forest, put it onto the battlefield, and then we're going to find out if Daniel has a counterspell.
Oh boy. We knew this nuclear bomb was coming. You know, we knew it was on the way.
At least we know it's not a farewell.
Terramorph will go up here. I'll pay 6 mana and cast Bane of Progress. 2/2 elemental. When it enters the battlefield, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Put a +1/+1 counter on Bane of Progress for each permanent destroyed this way. Where's Spelunking at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you gonna sack the treasures? You're gonna counter? You gotta counter.
Well, it's me first, right? I will respond. I will tap this for a green and a black, and I will cast a Heroic Intervention.
I do have a response for the Heroic Intervention. I'm going to crack this for a blue, so I'm going to 6. I'm going to Swan Song that.
Okay, I get a bird.
You get a bird. Yeah, I'm definitely sacking these.
Okay.
So these are going to get all blue.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was unfortunate you played Fire Shrieker. I was a little bummed.
All my artifacts are going to die.
Okay, so clear the board.
Pass to combat, and that mana's going to go away.
Before you go to combat, before the turns, I'm going to use 4 of it to go to 2. I'm going to cast Desynchronization. I'm going to return each non-land permanent to its owner's hand that's not historic.
Oh.
So legendaries and artifacts and everything else will stay on the board. Everything that's not historic will bounce to your
My
end.
delight.
Yeah.
Halfling.
Yeah.
Bird goes away.
Yeah, I pass.
I will untap.
This pretty much is a free swing with the Gitrog right now.
We love to see that.
But he knows he said he wasn't coming at Mirror Larry this time, so he's going for a captain's ass.
Draw a card.
The Princess and the Toad.
I will tap a Takanuma and a Strip Mine into my Cabal coffers.
We'll treat you better than those fucks down the street.
To make 1, 2, 3, 4 black mana. And then I will pay 1 more black mana for a total of 5 and use the 4 floating. And I'll cast a Yargle, Glutton of Urborg.
God.
He's just a 9/3. That's all he does. Tap him to saddle the Gitrog monster.
Predictable.
Yes, that's not. I don't have a whole lot of tricks up my sleeve. I'll move to combat and swing a 6/5 frog with trample at you, Mr. Daniel.
Take 6.
Okay. On damage, I will sacrifice Yargle. The frog's gonna eat the frog spirit, and then I'm gonna draw 9 cards.
So, new threat?
He's been a threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then I may put up to 9 lands on the battlefield tapped. I'll put a Marsh Flats, a Forest, and a Dark Depths tapped. Dark Depths comes on the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it.
You rent that speed stage in that day?
Oh yeah. Okay, and then I will move to my second main phase. I will play a Wooded Foothills for my land, and I will tap a Rogue's Passage for a Soul Ring, tap the Soul Ring for 2 for a Thought Vessel.
No discarding this time.
No discarding this time.
Good guy.
Colorless and a black, I will cast
See
a
what
Demonic
happens.
Tutor to search my library for a card, put it in my hand, and then shuffle. Any responses to Demonic Tutor?
No.
Agree with me?
After just talking about removing tutors, I don't
know.
need tutors.
I don't
I
need
draw
tutors.
enough. Demonic tutor.
Okay, that will go to my hand. We're chilling, dude. Tap and sack and crack this. Go get a land. Let me go get a forest. Pay 3. And I will cast a Wayward Swordtooth. So he's a 5/5 dinosaur with Ascend. If I control 10 or more permanents, which I do, I get the City's Blessing. I may play an additional land on each of my turns. He can't attack or block unless I have the City's Blessing.
You got the city's blessing.
I do. 2 Blessed to Stress.
2 plus distress. Hey.
For my extra land this turn, I will play a Boseiju. And then I will pass the turn.
I'm so jealous of your land situation.
Dude, me too.
That's on top.
If I just had 1 other mana, if I had 2 mana, there's a lot I could have done.
I'll pay 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast a Colossus Hammer.
Oh,
there it is.
Shite.
Sets us an interesting top deck. Artifact equipment, and equipped creature gets +10/+10 and loses flying. Captain America, not known for his flying.
No, not necessarily
The new one.
known for flying. But this is not Falcon. Steve Rogers' captain does not fly. He liked his own butt in the Avengers movie.
He
He's
did.
like, that is America's ass.
What do we think about Mike Tyson's butt?
Yeah,
They need,
every
you know,
live stream,
reporters should not be in locker rooms.
that was nuts.
Why didn't
weird.
somebody
It's
tell the
kinda
guy to
strange.
put on a pair of shorts? Hey man, camera's here.
Go to combat. At the beginning of my combat, my turn, I'm gonna equip an equipment. So it is,
Well, he catches it.
yes. But
He's not a pitcher, he's a catcher.
Strong hands. That's a big hand.
I was a catcher for 18 years. It's a card. This attaches. Now he is a 14/14 that loses flying. Now, Mr. Larry, if I don't hit you with this giant hammer, will you help me out with these 2?
I don't think I have much of a choice. Sounds like you need my help.
I do need your help. They're both at 28 and they both have big threats on the board.
And he just tutored.
You're absolutely right. I'm gonna swing this to you, Kevin. You tutored and drew a bunch of cards and did funny things. All right, Kevin, on your left.
Yeah, I'll block 5/5
All right.
I am Steve. I am Groot.
This is my friend Tree.
And Rabbit.
with a 5/5. It'll die.
All right, cool. I'm gonna tap for 2 and recast the Stoneforge Mystic. ETBs, I get an equipment, put it to my hand. I will shuffle. I do know, but I don't know the name of it. I forgot.
Green
but-
black protection. It's funny if you got a green protection though, you'd be protected from the entire board right now.
Yes, Feast and Famine.
Hella relevant right now.
I got something better. I'll get Sword of Forge and Frontier, protection from red and green. It gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile top card of my library. I may play those cards each turn. I may play additional land this turn.
So really protection from us. A little bit of protection.
I mean, it's
from him.
green for everyone, and you know.
I need to do some Berserker Barrage. Tornado Claw.
I think at the end of your turn, I would like to pay a black and cast a Tragic Slip, targeting Wolverine.
Target Wolverine.
You've been plotting against me the whole time.
Not the Captain America.
It wouldn't even kill
Trust
Cap,
me, I
dude.
tried. It doesn't work on it. It would make it a 1/1.
That's how that works.
Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks when you use that against my Eldrazi.
Ooh,
All
yeah.
right. Tragic Slip
that's like my
resolves.
favorite.
All right, you ready done?
That's it.
Untap. Wolverine is sad. Draw for turn.
Turn on this Tragic Slip.
I'm gonna play I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna cast a Biophagus. Add 1 mana of any color. If this mana is spent on a creature spell, you may put a +1 counter on it. I'm gonna go ahead, tap another 1, and I'm gonna cast a Delayed Halfling. I think that's a pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, Terramorph rebounds. So I will search my library for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield. I'll get a mountain.
I feel the vitriol coming from this deck right now.
Which one?
He's been kind of getting punched
Dude,
around.
he's been at 60. Like he's got to fuck somebody up before he gets fucked up.
I feel the vitriol.
I will draw for turn, play a Karplusan Forest as my land for turn. I'll pay 2 and cast Passionate Archaeologist. Commander creatures you own have, whenever you cast a spell from exile, this creature deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. I'm gonna pay 6 and cast Boarding Party. 6/3 haste Cascade. When I cast this spell, I exile cards from the top of my library until I exile a non-land card that costs less. I may cast it without paying its mana cost, and I put the exiled cards on the bottom of my library in a random order.
A battle.
I will get a battle. Invasion of Zendikar. As it enters the battlefield, I search my library for up to 2 basics, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle, and I assign an opponent to protect it. Myself and others can attack it. When it's defeated, I exile it, then cast it transformed. I'm going to assign you to protect it.
I'll guard it well, hopefully. 3.
3, and I get a 4 damage trigger from Passionate Archaeologist. I will deal that to Mike.
My face?
Yep.
Okay.
Then I'll declare battle. I'll attack the Invasion of Zendikar with the Boarding Party.
Okay. I will respond, I believe. I'll tap a green and a colorless, and I'll cast a Constant Mists.
Ooh.
So it's a fog, and it has a buyback, so when I cast it, I can sack a land, and when it resolves, it'll go back to my hand.
That's an issue.
It's pretty damn good, bruh.
That's like the best card in all these decks right now.
Larry did the like lemon tart face. He was
Really
like,
good. Yeah.
The lemon
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, like he took a shot or drank some lemon.
Yeah, I was. I thought I was going to be the first player ever to flip a battle here on I Hate Your Deck.
Yeah, I don't think we flipped one yet.
No, dude, you robbed me of the ability to get another land with Vigilance Haste.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's
So this will go back to my hand.
damn, bruh. All right. Well, what did you sack the forest? Interesting time to show off that you had that. All right, I'll pass the turn. Hopefully, someone has removal for Kermit the Murder Frog.
Untap and draw a card.
That Dark Depths.
First, I will tap and sack my Marsh Flats. Lose a life, go get a swamp.
In response, Stifle.
That would be cool.
And Gruul. God, I wish I had Price for Glory right now.
This actually might be bad. This might be a fail to find.
What?
Really? You went through your lands like that?
We'll take a shuffle anyways.
Okay.
You failed to find.
Failed to find.
Oh,
Damn.
I didn't realize I had all my basic lands out.
I'll never forget when you settled the wreckage to me.
it was a high point in the game, I think.
All right, so back to plan 1. We'll tap the Strip Mine and the Takanuma into the Cabal coffers to make 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 black.
And no Urborg yet.
Pay 1 of it, go down to 3. Cast a Basilisk Collar. So it's an equipment that gives the equipped creature Death Touch and Lifelink. Use 2 of it, go down to 1. Attempt to equip.
Mr. Blue player. Nothing, huh, Daniel? I expect more from you. What would you say blue's best, right? Counter, fly, deliver?
Counter, drawing cards.
So I'm going to tap 4, 2 green. That green's going to hurt me for 1, and then 2 more.
Why? You have the yellow Maya.
Yeah, you have a Maya, makes it all a forest.
4, sack the last mana, and I will cast a Kura, the Boundless Sky.
Ooh.
4/4 flying with Death Touch. When she dies, I can search my library for up to 3 land cards, reveal them, put them in my hand, create an XX green spirit creature token where X is the number of lands I control.
Bang! Here's dick on the table.
We need to stop that thing from dealing combat damage.
It's getting through right now.
Green, 2 more for the Skull Spore Nexus. So it's an 8-drop that costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures I control, 6. So it costs me 4. 2 green for a Skull Spore Nexus. So whenever 1 or more non-token creatures I control die, create a fungus dinosaur creature token with base power and toughness equal to the total power of those creatures. So like if a 4/4 dies, I get a 4/4. And I can also pay 2, tap it, double target creature's power until end of turn. I will pay 2 and tap it, and I am going to turn Kura, double its power, into an 8/8. Tap this guy to saddle the Gitrog, and then I will move to combat. I'm going to swing at Larry. He has too many lands. Yeah, I'm coming at Daniel. I changed my mind. 6/5, trample with Death Touch and Lifelink.
6 commander damage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I will gain 6. And then after combat damage, I will sack Kura.
I told you needed to hit Cap. We're Avengers. Wolverine's an Avenger.
When he wants to be.
Yep.
When he wants to be, that's true.
Spore will make an 8/8 dinosaur fungus. And Kura has a death trigger, so when she dies, I am going to create an XX green spirit creature token where X is the number of lands I control. This thing makes one, and this
That
one
thing
makes one.
Oh my God.
13/13.
Then he can saddle up.
Is it green?
Yes. Okay, so then I'll sack him. He was an 8/8, so I'll draw 8.
That's okay.
I got a lot going on, I'm sorry.
Get your shit together. Take
trying.
all your shit,
I'm trying.
gather it up, put it together.
No, Kevin's killing us.
I will play Field of the Dead, which will get me a zombie, I believe. 7 different names.
Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
Fine.
I'll move to my second main phase. I will play an Urborg. That would have been cool if I still had the Cabal untapped.
Yep.
And then
Make another
Make-
2/2 zombie.
two 2/2 zombies.
Don't these come in all at the same time?
Yeah, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4 zombies.
Yeah, I
total.
was about to make sure you
Yeah.
didn't mess that up.
Bang. Excuse me, sir, do you have my spin down?
And then I will pay a black and a green and cast an Abrupt Decay, targeting the hammer.
Can you save my hammer? Yeah, the results.
could.
It can't be countered, right?
Cannot be countered by spells or abilities.
My hammer is Dunzo.
And then I will pass the turn.
Looks to be an uphill battle here, boys.
It's an understatement. 14,705,000. Draw my card for turn.
Were we blinded by the Kill Larry World Peace?
Probably.
Use her ability. Tap 2. Let's put a Sun Forager onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
Now, I miss a land drop. I can't even use the other ability. I'm gonna go to combat. At the beginning of combat, this is gonna attach. Cap's gonna catch it, the hammer, and then I can't get through to you, and I can't even kill anything on his board with this throw. I'm not gonna attack anyone. I need a blocker, and then I'm gonna pass my turn. That's all I can do.
Untap. B, act, B, act.
Did he get it?
You'll never know.
Well, I think we're about to
I'm
find
gonna
out.
play a Reflecting Pool. for my
Ooh,
land.
now it could be Star of Extinction. 7 CMC, 20 damage to each creature, blow up a land. Actually, Star of Extinction would be better. You could blow up Urborg.
I'm gonna tap 6 here and 7 with the Biophagus, and I'm going to cast Zorpendel Hunger Dominus. It's reach at the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control. Because I used Biophagus to cast Zorpendel, he will get a +1 counter on him.
Nice.
And that would be a great time for Blasphemous Act.
It would be.
with that
It'd be a
one band.
great time for Blasphemous Act. Who has one? Do you have one?
I need a hero top deck.
I think I had to pass the turn.
Untap,
Wolverine might have to come back on the show, guys.
draw, big draw. Hey, that's kind of sweet. Huh.
Not this game, but he has won turn 5 with Chandra's Ignition and Kedis.
Yeah, I was there.
Question is, can he kill us all next turn?
Probably.
He's hoping so.
He has one.
Kevin is hoping so.
Right
Well, I
now.
got 3 people looking at me. I got to start killing people, you know. Nobody's on my team right now.
No one's on your team.
I don't really want to wipe all artifacts and enchantments again, but I kind of feel like I have to.
Oh.
Because I can remove the Gitrog and that thing and your mana rocks and the Basilisk colors. I'm gonna have to do it. I'll pay 6 and cast Bane of Progress.
Oh yeah, put that back in your hand.
All artifacts and enchantments get destroyed. Responses?
I have a response. I will pay a green, cast a Tameo Safekeeping, targeting the Skullspore Nexus.
All right, I have a response. I'm gonna pay 2 mana, a red and a white. I'm gonna unequip the Sunforger, and when I do, I search my library for a red or a white instant card with converted mana cost 4 or less, and that card without paying its mana cost. I know exactly what I'm getting. I'm gonna get a deflecting swap.
That seems good.
Oh, make the Sunforger indestructible?
Change the target, right?
Yeah, just to make sure that thing dies.
Hold on, does this
No.
work? Because this says target permanent I control gains hexproof.
Yeah, I'm just making his thing target something else. Your Bayou, because it's a reserve list land. It's going to be targeted with your spell.
Okay, I got nothing to do about that, so I will gain 2 life if this resolves, and my Bayou becomes indestructible and hexproof.
All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts and enchantments.
I
bite
got
the
nada.
dust.
You already blew me up.
Yep.
Here you go, Mr. Lynch.
R.I.P. Hammer and Azan and Fire Shrieker.
And in response to these getting blown up, I'm just going to float a colorless, because that's smart, right?
Yeah.
Goodbye, artifacts.
Then I'm going to tap 6 and cast Kogla and Yidaro. When it enters the battlefield, I choose 1. It gains trample and haste until end of turn, or it fights target creature I don't control. I will fight target Gitrog.
Gitrog gets wrecked. Back to the command zone with you.
But he's got airborne. He's just going to be able to cast it again is the problem.
Then I will pass the turn.
Prior to the end of your turn, I'm going to tap a green and a black, and I'm going to attempt to go for the throat, the Kogla.
Damn.
What does that say again?
Destroy target non-artifact creature. Then I'll untap.
Well, nice playing with you guys.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you there.
I have a feeling.
That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Oh, actually, I'm a
For
little.
Kevin.
There's cards I can draw that would put me over the top here, and I have mana to be able to do big stuff.
Play a Verdant
see.
Catacombs for my land. Tap this for a black. Tap this for a black to activate Cabal. And now I have
For
Urborg.
13.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, what happened? 14, 15, 16, 17?
Yeah, because you got
Okay.
3 lands plus some other stuff.
17.
17 black. All right, so what you doing now with 17 black?
Well, we're going to spend 6 of it. Go to 11. Pay a green.
Which
Recast Mr. Gitrog, the Ravenous Ride.
Yeah, he didn't care about.
And then I am going to use 2 of it. Go down to 9. And 2 more green. This for green because of Yavimaya. And for green, yeah. So 2 black, 2 green. I'll cast Gerard, Golgari
Oh
Lichlord.
no.
So Gerard is a 2/2
We're
zombie.
dead, y'all.
He gets +1/+1 for each creature card in my graveyard, so he is bigger. I'll count it up here in a second. I can pay 3, sack another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacked creature's power. I can sacrifice a swamp and a forest, return Gerard from my graveyard to my hand. So then I will pay 3 more black, go down to 6, 2 more green. For Green Sleeves, Marrow Sorcerer has protection from planeswalkers and from wizards. Green Sleeves' power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands I control, which would be 17/17. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, create a 3/3 Badger token. He is a 17/17.
He can sack it to Jared and drain us for 17. That alone kills me.
Then we are going to pay 2 black, go down to 4, and a green. And we're going to sack Green Sleeves to Gerard, dealing 17 to each opponent.
Each?
Each.
Delete. I guess I should have done Doors of Durian instead and gone big to see what would happen. Oh, I would have gotten Trumpeting Carnosaur.
All right.
And then I will pay 2 black, going down to 2, and a green. And I will sack my Green Spirit to deal 13 to each opponent.
And that's a wrap.
I'm going to respond. I'm going to
Okay.
tap these, and I'm going to cast Heroic Intervention.
Okay.
Which I wish I'd casted a long time ago, but I only had 1 mana.
That's how you win the game,
Good
dog.
game, good
So
game.
That's how you win the game.
You weren't the best today, Wolverine. It was not the best.
This game brought to you by Karo Karopi and the friends that we eat.
Gitrog's so good, dude. What the heck?
I took a massive lump from Daniel. He was scared of what might be coming down the line. Kevin drew 12 additional cards by turn 5.
Yeah.
By the end of it, had drawn like 20 more cards than each of us. He had drawn more cards than all of us combined.
Yeah.
And that's really what did it.
Good
Good beast.
instincts to hit him early.
That was scary.
I hit you for 8.
Yeah.
But then I could have hit you for 16 with the Fire Shrieker.
Yeah, but y'all messed around and like hit me a little bit.
You told me to swing the dog at him instead of going for him for 16.
To be fair, though, usually the guy who's like for 4 turns in a row ramping lands, he looks innocent and then he kills.
Well, here was the problem, right? If I'd hit him for 16, he would have been dead super early, and then I would have felt bad that I killed you early because I've done that before. I think I've killed you way early before in episodes.
Yeah.
So like I felt bad killing, and then I went for the dog play where we killed the 2 dogs. On your Cap, but you had Cap was pretty big at that point.
Yeah, he was pretty big.
We hadn't been Bane of Progress.
Yeah, progress had still taken place.
Destroyed me.
But I haven't played against your Gitrog decks. I didn't realize how bad and nasty it gets really quick.
You're never gonna forget it.
No. Next time Wolverine gets big, he goes after. He's gonna. I need like Colossus to like throw. We need more Marvel cards.
Oh, that'd be fun.
This thing just needs to die like at all times immediately. I mean, but obviously I don't tell people that.
I'm just bummed that I didn't get to throw my shield at anyone. It died to a Bane of Progress.
So like I had this and the Heroic Intervention when the Bane of Progress happened, and I was just 1 short. That's why I was like crazy. I was like, God, this game, we're so early, but I feel like I'm constantly 1 mana short.
Yeah.
Which just prevented me from doing like, a lot of stuff, turns out.
Thank you for being patient.
This deck's a keeper, dude. From where I sit, that deck is dope, dude. Like, straight up.
It gets out of hand quick, but I think that our original assessment of when he had a lot of lands was like, kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, we were worried that Larry could have something, but it was like he was just doing stuff and drawing cards.
Drawing massive amounts of
cards.
the
Ravenous Rider, you're riding that toad, you might trip. But
Larry, what is the big atomic bomb you were building up to that whole game? Like, what's the ideal, like...
Green-red things.
It's more of just big creatures. He's got a lot of 7
Gruul, Atali, and...
Unfair Atali.
But no, think about this with his Passionate Archaeologist.
Oh.
So then he's doing damage to all of them.
Yeah,
I love that one.
It's this, dude. Sarkhan's Unsealing just smashes in this deck. Yeah. If I resolve this and get to trigger it once or twice, then it's probably game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
Damn, fucking good job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was cool.
The problem, though, is I think if I would have killed you, I think you would have colossal hammered me, and I think I would have been dead by Cap pretty quickly because you get protection from green.
Because the hammer would have gotten blown up. I would have blown up the hammer.
It's funny, before you killed the hammer, I was counting the math in my head, the equipments and everything I had. I just reached 21. And so when you killed the hammer, I was like, oh, there goes the lethal damage. Like, I had it.
I love that equipment, dude, and it's the same thing when I see it on somebody else's board, it has to die.
Well, dude, man, you got us, dude. Good game,
Kevin.
Good win. Good game. And hey, guys, if you can, support our channel on Patreon. We love to go weekly. We want to keep giving you great content. And through Patreon, you can play in the Discord with us. Plus, Larry and I are hosting a pre-con league. You can still join in. We're having fun upgrading pre-cons and just having a fun blast in cards.
It's been a great time. It's been super mellow vibes. It's less about winning the game and more about scoring points. You guys should check it out. I promise you, it's going to be a great time.
It's sweet.
It's the first season of doing a pre-con league, so we're constantly getting feedback and we're constantly making better because it's all about having fun. And there's a lot of, like Larry said, there's a lot of fun achievement unlocks. So again, if you want to be able to talk to us in the Discord, if you want to get access to episodes early, support us on Patreon so we can keep making you episodes. And until then, I hate your deck, especially your deck. And Cap wasn't too bad. I don't hate it yet.
Almost.
Until you smack me in the face and kill me with commander, everything might change the tune. Anyway, until next time. Peace. If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number one way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out.
Hey, it's time for the random Patreon shoutouts. I'd like to thank Parhelion, Alexander Gruul, and Jordan Smith. Thanks, y'all.
If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community. I hate your deck.